We can learn all this American history, all of this Egyptian history, all of this European history, but we can't learn hip hop history? What up, y'all? So last night I saw this documentary. I've been watching documentaries for the past couple of days, hip hop documentaries and all. And one of them is about the classic hip hop movie KRUSH Groove. Google it if you don't know it. It's not really a documentary. It's like a something on YouTube. It said 15 weird facts about KRUSH Groove, right? You never knew. 15 weird facts about KRUSH Groove you never knew. And although my attention was split in a few directions and all of that, I might not have been paying the best attention to the show and all of that, but one thing stood out to me. I did not know that this whole back and forth about the creation of hip hop, between blacks and Puerto Ricans, the debate, right? I didn't know that it dated back that far. Like KRUSH Groove came out in what, 1985? That's what the joints say. They say hip hop started in 73. How was you arguing about that in 85 on the set of a movie? Movie? Everybody who was there should remember it at that point. Anyway, I found that I don't know, interesting, startling, stunning, whatever you want to call it. I did not know that. It made me feel a way about made me feel like I should revisit the topic for whatever reason. I'm saying, like I said, I never, I don't have no smoke with, I grew up with Puerto Ricans and all of that, my whole life. It was always somebody Spanish always lived probably on every floor. Somebody Latin. You know what I mean? On every floor of, I'm from the projects and the high-rise projects the people out of town with. You had 10, 15, 17, 20 stories in the building. Like my building had 17 flights in it. It was somebody Latin on damn near every floor. So we always grew up with them. We just didn't always get along with them. That's not really the point here. But in the arguments, you would hear people talk about how, they would bring that up, how like there was a point when, the Latins didn't even really rock with us in this, that, the third. Like not just the Latins, the Caribbeans, like West Indians, Jamaicans, and Trinities, and all of that. Like it was there was an incubation period in New York where things were rough. Like I keep it 100. We all, in my opinion, from where I sit, we all get along very well since hip hop blew up. I feel like hip hop brung everybody together. But, it was some growing pains along the way. It definitely was. I remember almost getting jumped by a group of Haitians, the Puerto Ricans. The whole Brownsville had smoke with the MLCs. That was a Puerto Rican gang. They had the hood on tilt. They didn't like us. Not very much. A few of them was cool, though, in their defense. As time went by, all of that stuff kind of worked itself out. You understand what I'm saying? I remember when Jamaicans came to, there was a point where it was like they blew up in New York. You know what I'm saying? Like they was all, they was everywhere, and they was the roughest, toughest Don Daughters running around out here. Everybody was terrified. You know what I'm saying? To the point where you had Americans, when we wanted to seem tougher, they would adopt a West Indian accent, or they would fake a West Indian accent. That happened. And speaking from boot camp clip, you know what I'm saying? Like we had, like I don't know any of my boot camp brothers to be actually Caribbean. Not wholeheartedly. I don't know that. You know what I'm saying? But we borrowed from that culture. So like, so I have no, I just like to point that out while I talk about this, because a lot of people, feel like the conversation as a whole is divisive, and you feel like maybe I was taking sides or whatever. This, that, or third. I just want to know the facts. I wasn't there. We can learn all this American history, all of this Egyptian history, all of this European history, but we can't learn hip hop history. I'm just saying. It's a lot of things we didn't know. A lot of things that we thought was one way. The further down the line we get, we find out was another way. So I'm just interested. You understand what I'm saying? But I'm shocked and appalled that 12 years after the supposed, and I say supposed because, well, I'll get to that in a second. 12 years after hip hop supposedly started, niggas was already beefing over the creation. I say supposed because 1973 wasn't the real beginning of hip hop. Let's just say, if my birthday is November 4th, right? The day I'm born ain't the day I was created, right? You understand what I'm saying? You got to go back 9 months before that. Some things had to happen, some incubation and all of that. Same with hip hop. You know, niggas had to learn. The day niggas learned how to rap wasn't August. What's the day? August 15, 1973. That wasn't the day niggas learned how to rap. If you ask me, hip hop was, and rap is just one aspect of the whole thing. Let me say that for people going, rap ain't hip. Anyway, it didn't happen like that. You know what I'm saying? Like, all of the elements didn't all just come together that day, that week, or that year. You know what I mean? There are forms of people rapping, breakdancing. Back to the topic of this. There was a moment where the Puerto Ricans and the blacks, well, I think they said there were multiple moments where there were physical altercations. They like things got so heated on numerous occasions. Russell Simmons had to speak on a megaphone, like, you know, he had to he made some old Martin Luther King type speech or whatever to calm the situation down because niggas was acting unruly over this same argument. Something had to do with Joe Clark impersonation. We need to either figure this shit out quick, so we need to just leave this argument alone. I am curious though. I'm just saying, like, we can't. I mean, in this day and age, you had Crazy Legs inviting Lord Jamar to a fight. You understand what I'm saying? So niggas was having fights over this back then. Tripping. Let me know what y'all think. Let me know, did y'all know? Did y'all know this? You know what I mean? Is this new knowledge to me? This documentary, well, the documentary that I saw, it came out 3 days ago. Is this new information to y'all? It's damn sure new information to me. I just found it interesting. What y'all think? Let me know. Like, comment, subscribe, hit the bell for all notifications. If you're trying to be a taxpaying citizen in the nation, leave us a super thanks or Cash App. We actually prefer the Cash App. What y'all do, y'all? Cash App tag gonna be in the description, along with the website and the Bandcamp link. The Bandcamp link is for those of y'all who rather hear me rap than yap. You know what I'm saying? It's all of the mixtapes is there, from Nonviolent Rock all the way back to Shell Shock. And the website, itsmonstanation.com, get all of the merch there. Not this. If you ain't got it, you ass out. But we're not selling it. We might bring it back. Let me know how y'all feel. We'll figure out a special, do a special run or something like that. But anyway, spell things correctly. It's R-O-C-K, not R-O-C. If you leave off if you're a Crip, I get it, but put a little cuz or something in the comments so we know, yeah, you know what I'm saying. It's Helter Skelter, not Helter Skelter. It's A-H, not E-R. It's Monster, not Monster. It's an A, not an E-R. And most importantly, it's BCC, not BBC. Yeah, pause protesters, get your ass out of here. The rest of y'all. Welcome to the nation. I am your host, your president, your tour guide, Mr. Monster Rocco. I'm the landlord, the owner, tenant, the janitor. I mops the damn floor. Let's go. I'm one of the realest you ever gon' see. I ain't come here to lie to you. Niggas done with a lie to you.
I get Benny Siegel's first album, or Paul Pierce even, they got the truth. I'm sick and tired of you comical, and I'm not in the mood for jokes. You are not a goon, not a shooter, or a rider. You shoot off your mouth and you be riding dudes, cock for loot, dude, that's a prostitute. I've been watching you wildin', I promise you. Y'all gon' lose horrible. Spit that garbage to y'all in the hospital, or they trying to prosecute. Y'all are your own biggest obstacles. Your obstacle ones cause they shot at you. My dudes will barbecue, body you, bird, but you bring cops with you, so what it's really gon' be.